Hi students, welcome to the phase 2 of online learning introduction video. Hopefully everyone here enjoyed your spring break. I know it wasn't a typical spring break, but hopefully you got some joy out of it. Took a little break from the enrichment opportunities we provided beforehand, but as we get into the second part of this school year, now that we have a pretty clear understanding from the governor, the state, and the district on what is happening with school, we are going to go ahead and actually start with new lessons, new plan that will hopefully organize and make it substantial that you gain something, learn something from this next phase. So in this video, I'm going to go ahead and introduce to you Google Classroom, the Big Ideas Math Online platform, and also just give you a breakdown on the week-to-week schedule of how math is going to look like for the next 9 weeks. So with that, let me go ahead and direct you to my screen. So in front of you, you should see that I have organized a couple browsers with what systems you're going to use. Many of you are already familiar with Google Classroom, and for this next phase, we're going to go ahead and pause and basically ignore that district-wide Google Classroom we had and go back to the roots of working with your teacher. So you're going to be put into a CP Math 7 classroom already, and most of you should probably realize that, yep, you've already been added. So if you look in this Google Classroom, you should have already been added. It's everyone in my first and second hour. So we're creating an entire CP Math 7 group, okay? So if you, for some reason, when you see this video, check that you didn't get added, you can add it using this code, VI7FVZR, or just feel free to email me and I'll make sure that you're logged in and put in and invited, okay? But this code will allow you to get in as it is. I should have added everyone accordingly. And don't forget, your parents, your guardian can go ahead and add themselves too. So basically in this video, I'm going to show you how to go ahead and access the Big Ideas Math Online. Most of you may have used it before, okay? But if you haven't, I've gotten all the pertinent information on the actual stream announcement here. The link to the login page and also the access code that you are going to have to use. So for those that have used it, there's a couple ways that we're going to organize getting you in. First and foremost, okay, if you already have a login, go ahead and log in. Now, your login name may not be that typical one that you use for your computer login. This was set up a long time ago for you. If you totally forgot it, you can go to forget password, and one of your teachers will go ahead and re-enable your password or send you a temporary one so you can change it, or you can just go ahead and create a new one. So to create a new one, it's very simple. Click on New to Big Ideas Math, click the access code and save it. Well, copy and paste it in and hit next, and you basically fill out the details. It's going to auto-generate a username for you. So please put in your first and last name, your real first and last name, a password that you're going to remember, and your student ID is basically what I would recommend is putting your computer login. Okay, so when you put your student ID, that's not going to be your login. It's going to create one for you. So on the next screen, it will do that for you. But go ahead and fill out all the details, hit next, and it will add you to my class. The other way to do it, so I'm going to cancel out of that, is if you already know your login. If you know your login, just go ahead and log in. I created a student account for myself, and it's very simple. Click on your name up top, hit Add Class, and add your access code. So when you add that, it's going to go ahead and add you into my class. Now, I've already added it before, so you can see right here under Active Classes, I got CP Math 7. In this login, just make a note, get comfortable with this, okay? For those that have never used it, once you log in and add it to my class, you have access to the ebook, which is basically the entire textbook online, but of course you also already have the textbook at home. And you have a lot of different help, like math tool paper is really good, graphic organizers, things that can help you. Your general assignments are going to be right here. I haven't added any for you yet, but all your assignments will be in order. It will tell you if you've completed it, and also it will go ahead and tell you how well you've done on it. And anything overdue will be here. Reports is basically a tab to go ahead and look at your assignment scores and how well you've been progressing. Okay? So that's the basic breakdown of Big Ideas Math Online. Definitely make sure that you get into this before next Monday. Okay, so Monday, April 20th is when we officially start with new lessons. So with that being said, I'm actually going to direct you to this document right here. I'm going to send this out via email, but let me break it down and explain a little bit about what the 5 days are going to look like once we start. It's very simple. What we are targeting is making sure that you have something substantial to do, but we understand that there's definitely situations where you may be very busy, okay? We also understand that we want you to be safe first, okay? So if there are issues that relate to family, the virus itself, all those type of things, keep that in consideration as we're working through this plan. And always definitely keep me and your other teachers in contact if any issues come up in sticking to this plan. So basically, the way that CP Math 7 in this class will be organized this remaining year is that simply Monday and Wednesday are going to be new standards day. So on Monday and Wednesday, we're going to organize, you're going to watch a video related to the new topic. It could be whatever we'll be starting in chapter 8, but whatever section we're currently on. The videos itself I'm going to target to be short as possible with just the core examples, okay? Very similar to what you may have seen in my classroom when I'm absent. But I'm going to keep it as tight as possible to ensure that you only using minimal time to go and watch the videos, take notes, and then the second part on Monday and Wednesday is for you to work through some OIO. So very similar to what you have done in class. All the OIO practice will have answers provided, either in the video or in Google Classroom. And don't forget that as we're progressing through this next phase, everything is going to basically be centered around the idea of completion. Okay, collected and completion. You can personally grade yourself based on how much you got right or wrong, but I will not be providing actual letter grades for you. Okay, so in a future Zoom or in a future video, I will explain and break down the exact PowerSchool aspect to it. Then on Tuesday and Thursday, those days are designed to go ahead and be the days where we will have your actual core homework. So they will be done from the textbook, but you can enter them also online. So what that should happen is that the problems that you do in the textbook are the same ones that are online. So you can technically do everything online if you like, and you'll get immediate feedback on how well you're doing. And I realize that when you're entering numbers online, it doesn't really require you to show work, but you will do your work on your notes, your line paper, or composition book appropriately and keep a record for yourself. That's like on your own. But all answers will be given in the textbook and the online work immediately following Tuesday and Thursday. Okay, so you will be able to check it and self-grade yourself. Okay. I will go basically organize things in PowerSchool based around collected or missing. Okay, so one other note about Tuesday. So just to recap, Monday and Wednesday are lesson days. Tuesday and Thursday are kind of homework days. On Tuesday, I will also have office hours from 12:15 to 1:15. That means I will be physically sitting in front of my computer just like you see me right now, and I will have a Zoom link that you can access that you can come in and ask questions. I will not be teaching anything new, so it is an optional office hours, but you can ask me questions or just pop in to say hello or merely go ahead and say hi to some of your classmates as they come in, okay? You don't have to stay the whole time. There's not going to be a set agenda. It's basically you come in, talk to me, ask me questions if you need it, ask some of your classmate questions if you want to, and then you can exit out at any point. But that'll be every Tuesday. Of course, at any point throughout this process, you can definitely email me, all right, and I will go ahead and contact you appropriately, okay? You can also use Remind, of course. And then for the last day that's up here is on Friday. Friday is going to be kind of our flexible kind of day. We realize that just kind of the general scope of this entire week, it seems like it's fairly structured with Monday, Wednesday lessons, Tuesday, Thursday with practice, but we know that things can happen and it may be one of those cases we need an extra day. So Friday is going to be the day where we give you opportunities to go ahead and revisit anything. that you didn't finish during the week, kind of a catch-all flex day, and also check that you have all of your answers organized, you have checked all your homework, and make sure that you've completed anything. So give yourself a day to go being flexible in that sense. Also on that day, if you are fully 100% caught up with everything in math, and we will try giving you links to online math review, either be review games, practice activities. Maybe on Fridays I'll run a Kahoot with sample problems. There'll be a lot of things that I'll set up on Friday, which will be more of a flexible rotating schedule. Okay, so with that being said, this will go out in email. Okay, but what I want to stress is that this is basically everything that we're going to organize for this next section. Okay. So the key things to get from this video is not only the setup, but also make sure you get into Big Ideas Math, get a little comfortable with Google Classroom, which many of you already are. Okay. So with that being said, I'm going to conclude this video, and if there are any questions, definitely go ahead and ask me. Send me an email, pop a message during Remind. All right. You can even contact me on my personal Instagram, school Instagram, Mr. Hickmott. Doesn't matter. So get a hold of me if you have any questions. All right. Thank you for watching.